Come on, man. Savage, you know I always play your mixtape.
Yeah, man. Nigga, fuck out that attributes. How I get
What's up, world? It's your boy, the Real Brody, and this is the We Say
They Say
podcast. I'm here with my DJ, my brother, my right hand. Meet you 2 times, say it 2 times.
4 times.
We got Key Watkins in the house, y'all. Say what's up, baby girl.
Hey, I'm Key Watkins _ Follow me on IG and follow my accessory boutiques at 50 Moods of Shade. Why be shady when you could be petty?
Oh, shit.
Thank you.
Talk more about that.
Yeah, what's
before we get into it.
So anyway, I decided one day I needed some quick, fast cash. So I decided to go on Instagram, start doing shades that'll fit anybody's mood on any day. If you feeling sassy, you feeling a little snobby, or you feeling like you just want to be sophisticated, you can check out my boutique. You can also pick up a bag to match your shades, or a nice cute hat, or a nice side clutch, anything. I got you. Oh, the shade. Anyway, follow me at 50 Moods of Shade, 50 Moods of Shade. It's not hard. Follow your girl, Key.Watkins _.
All right, before we get into it, I got a quick question to ask you. What made you want to do that?
Well, honestly, I decided to quit my job because I didn't want to work for somebody telling me what to do all day.
I feel that shit.
Fuck that. Women like accessories. I'm like, what's something that I could produce in this world, and I don't have to spend a lot of cash doing it. So I decided to start flipping sunshades, and I feel like shades produce your mood at any time of day. When you're trying to wear a mask, you can, throw on some quick shades. And then I was like, okay, we need something to match that. You could grab a quick bag, you could grab a quick hat, and there you go. We set for the day.
Okay.
All your outfit accessories is there right on my page at 50 Moods of Shade.
There it is right there. Ladies and gentlemen, y'all heard it here first. Follow 50 Moods of Shade. So, my next question is, how was y'all day?
My day was great.
Quarantine meets that what they call me. So now my day was alright, fool. How was your week, Mo? You catch that Michael Jordan shit?
Hey man, look, I didn't know they was fucking Scottie Pippen over like that.
Yeah.
Scottie Pippen is a janky nigga when it comes to negotiate. You can get off on him real quick.
How I looked at it, everybody mad at everybody, but nobody mad at Scottie. Nobody mad at Scottie.
They not supposed to be.
Well, yes, why not? He signed it. He signed it.
He signed it, but at the same time, shit.
That's his fault. He shouldn't have signed that dumbass deal.
You know what? You know what?
What you
know
need?
what?
Fill me in.
I'm sorry.
So basically, we talking about some basketball shit, and basically, long story short, back in the 90s, one of the greatest basketball players of all time signed a deal where he was only getting paid $2 million a season for 7 years, and Michael Jordan was on his team, and Michael Jordan was getting 33.
$33.8 million. $33.8 million. Rome, hold on. First of all, Rome, if you're not gonna get on the show,
no, fuck that. What's your butt? I want to hear it.
Hold on.
He was trying to secure his family.
I get it. I get that.
He was trying to secure his family.
I get
so
that.
I understand why he wanted to sign.
Right, I get why he did it too.
Are you aware of Michael Jordan's deal?
yes.
Oh yes, he know, because everybody know. You can Google it. I mean, back in the day, they get on the internet.
Well, you try.
So everybody knew. So I get it. He signed the deal to basically it was $18 million for 7 years.
He's secure.
He could have secured his family for more than
right,
that.
and I get it, but
$2 million
he
alone.
wasn't business savvy. I get it. He wasn't
the
business
second
savvy.
best player on the team, but it's 4 more people, not including Michael Jordan. The 4 people making more than him. He the second best player on the
Nigga,
team.
Luke Longley was making more than him, fool.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, he shouldn't have signed that deal. He shouldn't have signed a 7-year deal. He should have signed a maybe a 2-3 year deal and then read up after that.
He wasn't business
Definitely
savvy.
not 7
He wasn't.
years.
He didn't know.
7 years is maxing it out.
Yeah, he fucked up. And then
wasn't business savvy. I'm gonna leave it at that.
The only thing I'm gonna say about this Michael Jordan shit, I want niggas to know that I'm the biggest LeBron fan I know. And I ain't not once did I, and it didn't take this show. I've been like this since day one. I ain't never tell nobody that LeBron was better than Jordan. That shit, Jordan been better than LeBron since forever. So niggas keep starting this LeBron Jordan bait. It ain't even an argument. So cut it out, man. That's all I got to say.
LeBron just a great player.
He the GOAT after Jordan.
I feel that.
But I'm done.
I can second that.
Second best player ever to lace him up.
I can agree. I can agree with that. I was early LeBron fan until he left, but then I became a LeBron fan when he came back because of what he had to work with. I was always a LeBron fan because that nigga put that shit on his back and he said, "Fuck that, y'all gonna follow me, and I'm gonna take y'all to the promised land." That's why he just was a flat out. When he was first there, he was just a flat out dog to me, point blank period, flat out dog. He got more mature and more savvy when he got to Miami, no doubt, he did. But the dog and LeBron really came out when he was first in Cleveland. To me, that's just to me.
That's fine. That's your opinion. I ain't gonna debate that because we ain't talking about that today. I'm gonna end that. I'm gonna talk about that next week. Well, I got something to say.
Ladies and gentlemen, our topic today is daddy issues, father issues, shit like that. So, do y'all want me to start it off?
Yeah, you can start it off. You know, how your relationship with your pops?
I'm not really one to be very, very personal, but today I just felt like I got something to say about my issue with my dad, because me and my father just had a previous situation where it went a certain way and I wasn't comfortable with the way it went. So, I mean, for the most part, don't get me wrong, like, my father was there, and I don't hate my father, but I wish my father was a better father.
Okay, so for the people who don't know, your dad was, you had your dad.
I had my dad every day of my life.
So he was in the home.
He was in the home, but he wasn't.
Okay.
So can I stop to clarify, what would you consider a daddy issue or a father issue to be per se? So if we
not taking care of your family the way you're supposed to, I will clarify that as a father issue.
So are we going to speak on fathers as a whole, or the relevance of fathers being there and not doing their jobs, and daddy issues, or absent fathers?
I mean, we can talk about the whole. We can talk about the whole nine. That's what we here for. This show. We talk about the real and nothing but the real.
My perspective,
we here for a good time.
Gonna be being from
financially.
Yeah, like I'm saying all of it. You know, period. So dads, period. Point blank, period.
But it's not to take a shot. It's not to take a shot at fathers who are not there, because we don't really know the situation. We don't know everybody's situation in and out.
Right.
So, you know what I'm saying? Whatever situation the father might have with the mom, that's between them. You know what I'm saying? But I'm talking about just being there for your family. I'm talking about being there for your family and being there for your children. If you're there for your children, you're still a father, regardless if you're in the home or not. You know what I'm saying? That's my thing. So, with that being said, like I just said, my father was there every day of my life, but he wasn't. You know what I'm saying? For a lot of the years, my mother never bashed my father to me. And, you know what I'm saying, I heard a lot of people, you know what I'm saying, a lot of people told, I had this conversation like a week ago, and some people told me, like, yeah, my mother told me my father wasn't shit, my mother told me my father wasn't this, my father wasn't that, and I looked at him kind of crazy. I was like, well, why would your mother tell you that? He was like, because my mother always kept it real with me, you know what I'm saying, and I understand that, I get it, but at the same time, my mother never bashed my father to me, because my mother told me, eventually, you'll see it for yourself.
Yeah, definitely.
You know what I'm saying? And as I got older...
My bad, go ahead. Clap for my man one time, man. That was a good point.
Nah, seriously.
As I got older, I grew, and I grew, and I watched, and I watched, and I paid attention. I seen little things. I seen shit. You know what I'm saying? Shit that he probably didn't know I was watching. You know what I'm saying? And in the back of my mind, I'm like, damn, oh, why you acting like that? Or why you doing that? Or why you can't go do this? Or why you can't do that? Or why, like, it was always in my head with my dad, it was always a why. You know what I'm saying? Always a why this, why that, why that. You know what I'm saying? When you, like, as a man, my father never taught me how to be a man. Just to be honest, my father really never taught me how to be a man. He never taught me how to take care of a woman. He never taught me how to really raise a kid. I never talked to my father about sex. I never talked to my father about girls. I never talked to my father about money. I never talked to my father about nothing that had any significant matter. You know what I'm saying? Anything outside of sports, me and my father never talked about. That was our relationship, sports. And to this day, I feel like that shit is pointless, because I'm not playing sports no more. I don't give a fuck about playing sports right now. You know what I'm saying? I don't care about that shit. I still watch basketball. I watch football because that's what I grew to like. You know what I'm saying? And granted, I grew to like it. 1 second. granted, I grew to like it because my father put me into it as a kid. He put me onto sports as a kid because he didn't want me being a product of my neighborhood.
Right.
Because I lived in a fucked up ass neighborhood. If anybody know me, they knew what type of neighborhood I grew up in. So for him to keep me out of being a product of my neighborhood, my father threw me in sports. But at the same time, my mother still was there. You know what I'm saying?
So let me ask you this. So you say your father was there, but in a sense he wasn't.
My father was in the home.
He was there physically.
But he wasn't there mentally or financially.
So would you rather him not be there at all?
Yes. Because he was more of a burden to our family than he was a positive. He was more of a negative than he was a positive.
So let me ask you this. So now this is me on the outside looking in. Say for example, this is not my situation, but for example, I don't have my dad. But I see you got your father, he there, he around, he kicking it, he talking sports with you. Whether he's showing you how to be a man or not, you got him right there. But you learning on your own because you're a great man outside looking at from what I see. So none of that matters to me. So now you telling me that relationship on I could kick it and have sports with him and just know who my father is nothing compared to fuck who this man ever exists. I'd rather not know him.
Let me tell you this. If my father was there to lead me in the right direction, the right way, my life would have been probably a whole hell of a lot easier than it was. I went through a hard road growing up to be the person that I am now. I take care of my children the right way. I do everything I'm supposed to do as far as being a man in my household. Mm-hmm. But I had to grow into that. But if I had somebody,
you learned that from him, because him being there, showing you exactly what not to be, helped you.
But this is my thing. But at the same time, why should I have to deal with that when you could be a great fucking example? Why should I have to deal with? Why should I have to deal with him being a terrible father when I could just when you could be a hell of an example? You should be as a father. You should want to show your son how to be a man. You should want to teach your son shit about girls. You should want to teach your son.
Let me chime in for a hot second. My chime in, just a quick little brief comment. Some men don't know how to be fathers. Some men don't know how to be fathers.
The point I wanted to
and part of that is from my experience. My dad was a great man. He was my father died. We going on 7 years now. My father passed away 2012. No, I'm lying. We're going on 8 years. So, like, my father was a cool nigga. All my friends who met my father, everybody, like, they was like, nigga, your father cool as shit. Your father this, your father that. He was a cool ass nigga.
Well, that's the outside looking in.
I know. But at the end of the day, it was actually the inside too. Because to me, as a child, my father, you don't realize, because my mother made sure I was good, I didn't realize how much my father wasn't there. You know what I'm saying? And me saying what my comment that I just made was that my father was a great man. My father has 5 children. I'm his second oldest. But he real live. I didn't realize it until I became an adult. I didn't realize, and part of it was when he died too.
My father was fucked up when I was a kid.
Yeah, see, I realized
when I was a child.
Yeah, I mean, it's different because your father was there.
That's terrible.
I ain't gonna say fucked up. I'm gonna say I realized my father was a human being when I graduated from college, and he had to show me certain things. I'm my father's only girl, and I wholeheartedly understand where you're coming from, because a lot of times I sat in my bedroom like, I'd rather this nigga real life not be here. And my father has been here my whole entire life as a financial provider. But as a woman, I need emotional connection. I need you to vibe with me, understand what I'm going through. I need you to teach me all that. We don't get none of that. But it's like, damn, my little sisters didn't have their dads. One of them was in and out of jail. One of them, real as soon as my mother died, went to jail. My father was dead. I appreciate that, because that man could have said, hey, go ahead about your business.
When you done, I'm going to chime in. Go ahead.
So, my thing is, I'd rather him be there, because guess what I learned to do? Know what men move like, know how not to be in certain situations. He ain't teach me it, but I watched him because I admired who he was from an aspect. This my dad. Regardless of what he doing, how he showing me, he done
I never
did
wanted
a
to be like my
lot.
father. I never.
Because you come from a different walk, but we talking about me.
Right.
So I'm like, you know, I never looked at him like, oh, damn, he a wild nigga. Until I got old enough to understand what a wild nigga was. And I'm like, oh, I'm dating man. He just like them. All these women done been in and out my house. But guess what? I know how to move. I know when not to take, you know, I know when not to accept. There's a whole lot of gems he done dropped on me just because. And I appreciate that.
Correct.
There's a lot of balls he done dropped. But guess what? I appreciate them gems. And I'm going to keep it moving. Because that's what you got to do. Because somebody got it worse. Somebody don't got their father. Somebody looking at it crazy. We all got little shit we rather not deal with and we fucked up about. But it's like, we all human. Yeah. I'm going to give you a pass because I don't know everything. And I know you didn't. And I know you was fucked up growing up. I know you come from a heroin addict mother. I know you come from your father not being there. My father was like dead when he was like 2, left, came back when he was like 13, left, came back when he was like 38. You don't know how to be a dad. What's a dad?
Yeah, like
I gotta get a man a pass.
Yeah.
My thing about my father is, and this is not me bashing my father. I don't want nobody to think I'm bashing my father.
You just give me the buck.
Because my father, for my little brother, my father will run 100 miles for my little brother. That nigga will go 100 miles strong. I'm talking about through a wall for my little brother. Me? Nigga, you gotta figure it out.
You know you about to roll. You already,
nigga, you gotta figure it out.
You already upset. You already mad.
Nah, it ain't the fact that I'm at the age that I need to figure it out.
Him and his brother only 5 years apart.
Why didn't you do this shit for your first child? It's
you didn't know then.
Come on, man.
Yeah, sometimes like
that's a good
yeah,
point.
because honestly, being a dad.
Nigga, I got 2 kids. I got 2 little boys.
Yes.
I'm gonna treat both of my sons the same. I'm not gonna take nothing away from
either
one of them. Either one of them.
But you learned that from them.
Your father don't know that. Ain't no script on how to be a father.
Right, you're correct. It ain't no script on how to be a parent, period. But I'm gonna tell you one thing. My mother, I learned more from my mother than I ever learned from my father.
Yeah, and it ain't nothing wrong with that.
I learned how to get that shit out the mud from my mother.
It's different.
This is what I will honestly say about women.
It's different.
Women have a
different. But you can relate. You can relate, right or wrong.
Women have a different dynamic of being, of doing. It's not the same mentality. Honestly, some men been raised by women, so they don't know how to really maneuver in a sense of raising another man or even raising another female because they have that mentality of another woman. You keep like putting your father in your shoes. You gotta take you.
I'm not putting my father in my shoes. I'm putting myself in my shoes watching him. That's what I'm doing.
It's the same thing.
Yeah, but black women, period, they just naturally
provide. They naturally provide.
But woman.
Yeah, women, period. But I'm speaking for the culture. I'm speaking for us. Because everybody.
I don't know nothing about no white mother.
Right. Yeah, so I'm speaking for what I know. I don't know how white. Because some people, like white people, some people born in the money, so they got the mannies taking care of them. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know that. But speaking from a black family and being black, all my men probably like if I got 10 friends, 9 of them mothers. Make sure everything was good, make sure they were taken care of, make sure they had food on the table, you know what I'm saying? Even if the father was or wasn't in the house. But like I said, back to what I was saying earlier, like some men just don't know how to be fathers. Because at the end of the day, I didn't know how to be a father when I was a father. I learned how being a dad. And honestly, because our generation, a lot of us, more of us take care of our kids more because a lot of us didn't have dads.
And that's what I was about to say. My father said I was going to be there because my father wasn't.
Right.
He didn't give a fuck
hold on, let me finish. Y'all, let me talk. So sometimes motherfuckers real life, like going through that experience is teaching you. Granted, like I said, like she said, y'all, to me, a nigga like me can envy y'all because we done had our conversations for years. We've been friends for years, and I always tell you like, fool, appreciate your dad. Yeah, I know y'all don't have the greatest relationship, but I wish I was you. I wish I could talk about. I wish my father got to see LeBron James win his first championship. I wish my father got to be around my kids. My son has no grandfather. He's going to go the rest of my son is 8 years old. He ain't had a grandfather since before his first birthday. he don't have no grandfather his whole life. I was privileged enough to have all 4 of my grandparents, and I'm lucky enough to still have 3 living to this day. Like, literally, so, like, my whole son got no grandfather. My daughter got 1 grandfather.
I'm not taking that away.
I know, I'm not saying you taking that away. I'm just chiming in. But I used to always tell you, like, fool, you know, appreciate having your dad around. Yeah, shit fucked up. Yeah, he didn't do what he was supposed to do. But sometimes, like, some men don't know how to be dads. My father was a great man. He sucked as a father. I felt then, growing up, I started to realize he don't know how to be a father. I realized that my dad, real life, don't know how to be a father, so I can't blame him for that, because if he wasn't taught that from his father or my grandmother spoiled my dad till he was 50 years old. You know what I'm saying? So, like, it's real life. Like, I can't blame my father for not knowing how to be a dad, because honestly, like she said, that emotional connect, I didn't know nothing. When my son was first and then my daughter. It wasn't I'm not an emotional nigga. It wasn't no emotions, period, fucking with me. I'm not, it's straight, get up, you all right, ain't no hugs and no nothing. But then I started to realize, I started learning as a dad, like, look, you know what, I need to hug my son. I need to hug my daughter. I need to kiss her. I need to tell her everything that she draw is pretty. You're so pretty. You're the most beautiful girl in the world. You learn that. And I feel like my dad didn't learn that. So I can't really fault him. Me personally, I don't fault my father for not being a good dad, because I felt like he don't know how to be.
I fault my father for not being a good dad, because I was in the house with my father every day from the time I was born until probably 22 years old. I was with my father every day of my life, and that nigga never changed from the time I came out to the time I was grown. Nigga, if you talk to my brother right now and you ask my brother who really raised him, he gonna say me and my mother. I look at my little brother like he my first child, fool. Anything my little brother ever wanted, ever needed, I made a way.
You gonna finish? Gonna say?
I made a way to give my little brother anything that he ever wanted or he ever needed.
I'm gonna pause you. Quick question. Earlier you said that your father was anytime your brother did anything,
he did.
Your father
that was
moving.
Early. That was later on.
Oh, okay.
Later
That's
on
why
in
I'm
life.
just trying.
That was later on.
All.
When my brother got out of high school, when my brother after middle school, when my brother got out of high school, that's my father was like, anything my little brother wanted and needed. If my father didn't have it, he didn't always get it, but he made a way to try to get it. But anything that my brother, like tennis shoes, shit like that. Yeah. I bust my ass to try to make sure my little brother was good his whole life. I treated my little brother like he was my first child.
Okay, so
I love that nigga like he my first child.
Oh, we know.
For you, what should your dad have done differently that brings you here to say that you have a daddy issue with your dad?
If my father wasn't gonna be a father, he should have never been there. That's why I'm saying that right now. And I'm saying that on this live, and I'm saying that on this audio.
To be present in your life and not teach you how to be a proper man.
You might as well be gone. Be gone, fool. Be gone. Because I'm going to be honest. When my father wasn't around, my relationship with my mother and my little brother's relationship with my mother was a whole hell of a lot better. My mother was in a whole better headspace when it was just me, her, and my brother. When my father was around, my mother would come home irritated. She come home mad. She in the house yelling and shit for no fucking reason. We like, dog, like, what's the problem? But I figured it out, nigga. It's you. You the dividend right there.
Now, okay,
we eliminate you. We good.
Wait. So now I'm gonna chime in. No disrespect to your mom, but as a woman, if I decide to come home and deal with this headache every day, who really the problem?
No, I mean, I've had that conversation. I'm not gonna speak on my mother,
right,
but
so
as a man, as an older man, as me growing up.
So, but this is what I'm trying. Had that conversation. No, I ain't going. That's not my focus. What I want to get on, that's that. So now we gotta look at what the real issue is. Like,
it's him. He's the issue.
It can't be if everybody deal with him.
He is the issue, because at the end of the day, as a man, you supposed to take care of your family, fool. Me, I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be completely the fuck honest. If I can't take care of my family the way I'm supposed to, then I'm gone. I'm not gonna sit around and burden everybody else. I'm not gonna put a burden on everybody else if I know I can't do what the fuck I'm supposed to do.
And I'm a burden.
Me as a person.
This is me. Because I'm a burden.
This is me as a person. If I know I got 3 kids right now, I got 3 kids. I got a little girl. I got 2 little boys. if I can't take care of my family the way I'm supposed to, and I know I'm not trying to, and I know I'm not going out here busting my ass trying to take care of them, I'm gone. I'm gone. There's no reason for me to sit around and make these people hate me when I'm doing nothing but burden them when they could be living a better life.
Maybe he didn't know he was burdening.
Because I'm like, this is my thing. I ain't trying to really focus on the topic. I mean, outside the topic, but my thing is like, if people allow certain shit gonna just keep going. So, but my thing, that's one daddy issue, but that's why I asked, where we focusing at on the topic? Because
we talking about fathers.
Now I'm talking about negligent fathers and young ladies who suffer from dating ill men because they don't have the rights, guidance from a male because they don't have their dads present. How do y'all feel about that?
I mean, I feel like as far as fathers are concerned, period, regardless boy or girl, I feel like fathers are a strong part of the household, regardless, boy or girl. Because girls tend to cling to their fathers more than boys. You know what I'm saying? I have a little girl. My daughter, when I walk in the door, when I walk in the door, my daughter is the first person I see. As soon as I walk in the door, she like, hey daddy, how was your day, daddy? Come color with me, daddy. Come play with me, daddy. Woo, woo, woo. Soon as I walk in the door, I can't even take my clothes off from work yet. She's right in front of the door. As soon as I unlock the door, boom, she's standing right there.
Do you guys feel like women who don't have present fathers are like easier prey?
No, not all.
Yeah, because some mothers are strong.
Right, some mothers are stronger than fathers.
Because I know some girls who mothers or father wasn't in their life and they turned out fine.
Right.
So
me
like,
too.
yeah.
I do
So
too.
I literally. So like,
I do too.
Yeah. So some it's just honestly it's like
it's all in the
parents.
It's all in how you
for real.
raise your
I ain't even trying to hold you. My father wasn't around. He was there. I had an out of town dad. So you know we talked on the phone all the time type shit. He showed up when he could type shit. Come in town, stay the night, blase. But like I ain't never like I can't really say. Like, I know a lot of women who real life who just. Like just being around your friends. A lot of the shit that I know, like everything my mother taught me, I did the opposite. Like I didn't my mother would teach me some shit and I would do it differently. And I'm not saying the way I did it was the wrong way, but sometimes I just did it differently. So sometimes you just being around your friends and you just happen to be around them fast ass little girls. You might become a fast ass little girl and your mother telling you, don't do this to boys. Don't do this. Your father could be there. I know girls I grew up with who mother and father was in the house and they still was whores. You know what I'm saying? And part of it could have been because the father was strict as shit. He was a strict ass nigga and he was putting your shit on lockdown like you gotta be home at 3 o'clock. So she like, oh fuck that. I ain't going to school then.
I think that's the legit reason my father like beginning of high school, he was just like on my ass. He was like, no. Then like 10th grade, he was like, go ahead, do your thing. Cause I think he was like, if I keep,
it's gonna happen regardless.
She gonna be like, and I was just like,
shit gonna happen regardless. It's all how you raise your children. I ain't
start getting into trouble till 12th grade. I was like, oh fuck it, I done did my bed. Fuck that. Let's see what's lit.
My opinion, I look at it on how it's all on how you maneuver your children. If you strict, I get it. Strict parents normally have the parents.
Like a quick way to crash.
I mean,
I think this is being real irrelevant.
This is my opinion. This is my opinion.
You a parent? No,
okay. Well, this is just my opinion. Let me get my opinion. As a strict parent, I look at it like, because like he said, I know a lot of girls that had strict dads and motherfuckers turned out whores. They was fucking everything walking through the hallway. So
I had both parents.
Right. Mothers was there, but more so the father was more so strict than the mother. You know what I'm saying? So in my opinion, I feel like the strict parents are, you know what I'm saying, a quick way for you to rebel. You know what I'm saying? For you to rebel, like, no, you're not going outside at this time. You got to be in the house before the lights come on. Woo. That's a quick way for you to rebel. Because as a child, we all went through adolescence as children. You know what I'm saying? We all went through that. I feel bigger than I'm bigger than what I am. You know what I'm saying? To our parents. You know what I'm saying? So we all did some fucked up shit. Let's be honest. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody living in no glass house in here.
The streets taught me everything.
You know what I'm saying? Just like me. Like I looked up, and to this day, I have a cousin that I look up to, that I respect honestly more than my father. To be completely honest.
I mean, you ain't my only friend like that.
My cousin Buff, I respect my cousin. I respect my cousin Buff more than I respect my father, because my cousin Buff taught me more as a man and a person than my father ever did. I'm talking about life-wise, sports-wise. how to go through, how to move, how to maneuver around girls, all types of shit.
But Buff probably knew.
All right, second.
But Buff didn't have his father either.
Yeah,
so,
but like look at nigga like me, a nigga like you. You say you ain't have your father, I say I ain't have my father, and you feel like you're a great dad, right? I feel like I'm a great dad. I don't feel like I'm a perfect dad, but I feel like I'm a great dad. So Buff not having a father could have taught him how to be a dad. Or how to be a nigga that teach niggas shit. Like, look, I ain't had this. I'm going to be that nigga to give knowledge. I'm going to be that nigga to kick game because I ain't had nobody kick game. Or I had an OG from the street kick me game, so I'm going to be your OG to kick game.
Right. Correct. And that's what he was. To me, that's what he was. And to this day, he's still my OG. To this day.
Second question. Do you feel like women who had their dad present and have been spoiled and given everything feel like they should be given an easier pass or given everything in a relationship? Like, don't have to work for nothing.
What?
I'm just cute, pretty.
The fuck? That shit ain't got nothing to do with nothing. To me, I feel like what your father, how your father
I'm
raised
not
you,
your father.
ain't got shit to do with our relationship.
Because I'm a mutual agreement type of nigga.
It's a great question. Yeah, because your father chimed in and took care of you and spoiled you, at the end of the day, you still got to get a job.
I feel like
you got to do something.
This what I
but
feel
I
like.
never worked my whole life.
That's fine. That's fine.
You know,
I don't want to date you. I don't
so
want to date you. Yeah, we not even going that far. We probably just it's gonna be a hit and we gonna be friends.
Okay.
I feel like if you one of them type of females, I feel like I don't have to be that person that's gonna humble you because life gonna humble you regardless. Life gonna humble you on its own.
Daddy ain't taking care of you, he passed away.
It's gonna get to a point where you're gonna have to learn how to take care of yourself. You're gonna have to learn how to take care of yourself. So I'm not gonna be the one to do it because I don't want to do it. I don't want to be looked at as the fucked up person. Oh, this nigga fucked up. This nigga the bad guy. This and that. I don't want to be that guy. So I'm gonna allow you to keep doing your thing, baby girl. I'm my bad, baby girl. Do your thing. I ain't that guy. And life gonna humble you on its own.
I ain't raising a woman. I'm sorry. Like,
I mean,
you got to pull your weight.
But you are raising a woman if you think about it because you got a daughter. So you are raising a woman.
I'm talking about a girl. My bad. That's obvious. Of course I'm dating. I'm raising a woman. I have a whole daughter. I get that. But no, I'm talking about in the sense of dating. No, I'm not. Like I said, we don't gotta do no 50-50 type shit. Like you ain't gotta pay half the rent, half the bills, and all that shit. Like you know what I'm saying?
I ain't with paying half.
I ain't talking about mutual agreement like that. I ain't talking about that type of mutual agreement.
No, I'm saying you got to do something. You're not about to be living with me. You're not about to be like, and even if you don't even got a job.
Men are the providers, so you need to be providing majority of the motherfucking bills.
But what you just say? If a nigga don't know how to be a man, then how you gonna provide?
And that's why I ain't dealing with his ass.
Exactly. So
I ain't got daddy issues.
But nah, fuck that. Like
my father on the sense like that's a cool ass nigga. He cool, but I could say, I think in a sense he was like raised in like the poverty era, and then he just like had his with the like 80 crack epidemic. So I think for me it was like he felt like finances was like, oh yeah, as long as she got this, she cool. And I'm like, damn. Where's the bonding? Because my mom died when I was 11. So, like, for me, it's like, I try, like, need some advice, some guidance. So, fuck with me a little bit. And granted, I'm a smart female, so I'm appreciative. Like, I'm not just green. Because along the way, he has taught me little things. And I got a male best friend who's helped me. So, I'm like, I got it, but... You know, it's a little more than just throwing money in your daughter's face and being like, okay, here you go do this, and you're good. Yeah. You know, you gotta give a little love, a lot of love, honestly, because you don't want her to fall for the wrong type of love.
Right. Agreed. Because like I said earlier, I've never been an emotional ass nigga. So when I was like mean and shit, so I had to realize like, nigga, I have a little girl. Like I need to hug her. You know, I need to like. And it's crazy, but the thing with me personally, not trying to get off topic for real, but I was like, it was to the point that once I did it with my daughter, I was giving her way too much love and not doing the same for my other child, for my son. And it's like, I gotta keep that shit, you know what I'm saying? Because it's like, okay, you're a girl, I can hug on you, I can kiss on you, you're a boy. I'm not kissing on you, I ain't hugging on you. But then I realized...
Boys need it just as
much. Of course, because guarantee you, if they father not hugging on them, they gonna find some nigga to hug on them. That's how niggas be faggots.
They think the streets love them. I ain't gonna go with the
that too, but it could be both. It could be both. And some niggas might go get that emotional love from a nigga. That's some niggas. That's facts. I ain't being funny. That's
for real, honestly,
that's facts.
As soon as I seen my daughter, I kiss on my daughter, I hug on my daughter every day, all day long. I do the same shit with both of my sons. I kiss my middle child, my son. I kiss on this nigga so much he pushed my face away.
I think for my dad.
I love my kids to my heart. I kiss on them, I hug on them. I even watch them motherfuckers when they sleep. I love my kids.
Now you gotta start drawing a line where I'm a man and
but I beat ass. I whoop ass also.
A female, so it's like it got a little different to try to find.
Open up shop.
Where we could really bond at, because we don't like the same things. I don't like sports. You can't hug on me the same. You're a grown ass man. I'm a grown ass woman. You know, so it's like now we gotta figure out where we can find common ground and like the same thing. So I had to take it upon myself. Like, okay, he watching basketball. I'm just gonna sit right there and look at it. I don't know what's going on. Who doing what, but I'm gonna sit right there, and if we start to talk and if I ask a few questions, then we gonna get the rapping, and it's just gonna go from there. Like, you know, I feel like it's like you guys kind of take ownership of what you want. Like, I mean, you kind of dominate everything of your life if you take heed of what's going on in front of you. Like, you can't really place too much blame on people if you don't really do anything to change the narrative.
I mean, I made a post earlier that said, if you want change, then you gotta apply change. Change is not gonna happen.
Exactly what I just said.
I feel like as a parent, and this go for older parents and parents of our age, if you want to have a different type of relationship with your child, then you need to make that shit known. You know what I'm saying? You can't just sit back and be like, oh, my child's okay, oh, my child's okay. Because honestly, I feel like that's why a lot of kids are going through depression right now, because they don't feel like they can talk to their parents.
My father, honestly, is never in my whole entire 28 years did that. Never gonna do it. And I want a better relationship. So I'm gonna be like, oh, cool, I'm gonna do that. Because I know it's no way in this world he's gonna do that. Because he don't know that.
But that's how the older parents are. My bad, Ron. Go ahead, Ron. What you guys say, Ron?
So
speak up.
So as you been his son, did you do that?
Yes, I did. I would go sit down and talk to my father, and my father has one of them type of attitudes where he don't ever feel like he's wrong.
He's stubborn.
He's stubborn. He don't ever feel like he's in the wrong. Like, I would sit down and have conversations like, Dad, look, this ain't that, and that ain't this. He'd be like, well, it ain't that because you ain't doing da-da-da-da. I'm like, well, if I am not doing da-da-da-da, and then I would say, okay, you know what, cool, I'm not da-da-da-da. Go back, try to do things different. I would actually take that initiative, and that's why I grew so much dislike. I'm not gonna say hate, but dislike towards my father, because he always was telling me what I wasn't doing, but at the same time, I'm taking the initiative to make the change, to show him, like, look, this is what I'm doing, but he always come back with something else. Well, you ain't like I said, me and my father grew a relationship from sports. And even when we talk about sports, we clashing. Boom. We going right at it. We going there to the point where we about to fight.
Do you think that's why him and your brother have a better relationship? Because he's still in sports and you're not?
It might be. It might be. But I'm not gonna lie, I always feel like, and that's ain't nothing towards my brother. I love my brother to death. Like, no, I'm just saying. This is me clarifying. This is me clarifying. I don't have no animosity with my brother. This is my little brother. I'd die for this nigga. But at the end of the day, I feel like my father looked at my little brother as the golden child.
I was gonna say that earlier.
I honestly feel like he looked at him as the golden child. He looked at my little brother like he was the one that's gonna take care of me. You know what I'm saying? But in the end, I was the one taking care of everybody. And I'm still the one taking care of everybody. So when it boils down to it, it's like, you gotta watch what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? Pay attention. Look, listen, learn. You know what I'm saying? Because just because you feel this way, don't mean that's how shit gonna pan out.
Yeah, see how I look at it though, at the end of the day, we don't pick our fathers.
We can't.
We don't get to choose what father we get. So
but I shouldn't have to settle for no bullshit.
I mean,
you don't have to settle. The thing about it is, you
have to settle. That's your father.
Somebody
I don't gotta settle.
So he knows. So tell me today he not your father then. Oh, okay, because he's your father, so you do have to settle.
Wait, hold on.
I can settle for him being my father.
Right, so
I don't have to settle for his bullshit.
That's right. I never said you had to settle for your bullshit.
That's what I said.
I said you can't pick your father. Okay, let me talk.
I agree with you.
You said you can't pick your father, and then you said I don't have to settle. Yes,
for
you
the
do.
bullshit. That's what I said. I said bullshit.
I didn't say you don't have to pick the bullshit. I said you can't pick your father.
You didn't
that
hear
is
what I
true.
said.
Right. No. You said something, but it wasn't what I said. That's all I was saying. I said you do have to settle for him being your father. No. Immediately you said, no, I don't have to settle
for the bullshit.
Right, but that's not what I was talking about. I'm not talking about the bullshit. I said we don't pick our fathers. You said I don't have to settle for that nigga. Yes, you do. You have to settle because if you don't have to settle, don't call him your father no more. You do have to settle. That's your father. That's your father. Now, do you have to settle for the bullshit? No. That's right. That's okay. I get it. We not gotta go. We don't gotta keep going back and forth. I get it. You said that 5 times, and I keep telling you 12 times that's not what I said. Right, but you're not acknowledging what I'm saying. You keep saying the bullshit. All I'm saying is we don't pick our fathers, and you do have to settle for him being your father.
Correct.
Period.
Okay.
Now you want to talk about now we can talk about you don't have to settle for the bullshit. No, you don't. At the end of the day, don't have that nigga in your life. If you don't want to settle, no, I'm not finished. Now, if you don't want to settle for that nigga, if you don't want to settle for that nigga being in your life, then I don't have to settle. Dad, you giving me bullshit, then I don't have to settle for you. But out of respect, I respect you and I appreciate you for putting up with the bullshit, for keeping your father around, for keeping a relationship with your father, even though you don't fucking want to put up with the bullshit that he gives. You respect that he's your father and you put up with it, even though you don't have to settle for the bullshit. You do because you appreciate at the end of the day you are my dad.
Respect go a long way.
I don't disagree.
You gotta earn respect, and if you don't earn it, you ain't gonna get it. Point blank period. Father, cousin, uncle, brother, grandfather, grandmother.
So when do you
nothing.
decide
Hold on. I'm not done. I'm not done now. Fuck that. I'm not done.
Of daddy issues.
No, you're not.
When you talking about respecting somebody, that shit go a long way. You not gonna get respect if you don't give it. You not gonna get the attention that you looking for if you not giving it. Point blank period.
I got a question.
You think?
Say what you gotta say, and I got a question.
Okay, this is my first quote before y'all was old. Okay, so when do you decide to drop the shit? Like, okay, I'm a grown-ass woman. I'm a grown-ass man. When I'm going to let this shit go? Because at one point or another, I got to realize it don't matter what the fuck they taught me. I'm my own person. Right. So when I decide to move forward and say, fuck all that daddy, whatever, and all that. And then my second thing is, like, what do it really matter? Because I'm going to be me regardless. Yes. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, my father done taught me a whole lot of shit. And the one thing he always told me, I can take you to the water, but I can't make you drink. And I am a firm believer of you can do exactly that, but I'm going to do my own thing because I've always done it.
Correct.
So it's like, what's the real issues here?
But you got to think about it. Your issue is not the same as everybody else's issue.
No, it ain't no.
Just listen.
It's genuine.
Listen. I get it. Just listen. Your issue is not the same. So, for the people who can relate to what I'm saying is, yes, at some point you gotta let it go. Mm-hmm. You're absolutely right. Yes. But
that's
you
at
can
every point.
I get it. Listen, but you only can let it go when you're ready to let it go. Correct? You can only let shit go when you're ready to let it go. You can't make somebody let something go if they never sat down and had a conversation about it, or they never sat with this person and talked about it. Of course, if they never talked about it, then they're not gonna let it go until they get it off their chest.
I respect that.
Yeah, that's true. But me personally feel like, okay, my father, 40 something. I'm 28.
Damn, your father 40?
He 40 something.
You have a young father, so now I can get it. Now I get it. My father's a lot older.
Regardless of that,
niggas think your father your brother.
They really do.
Might be.
Regardless of that, they think I be dating that nigga. But regardless of that,
that's crazy.
So it's like this. Like, okay, so this man, this age, I'm 28. We ain't never talked, but from my whole life, he's been in my home my whole life. Right. He's been this same way for 40 some odd years. Do I really think a conversation is going to change how he feel, what he's going to do, what matters to him? It doesn't fucking matter. He see you. He knows. He don't care because he him. So I'm not going to sit here and think I got to get something off my chest to make me feel better, to make him do better, or none of that.
So
and we're
as
coming
a person,
from this,
you don't feel like, as a person, you don't feel like you should have that conversation
he
with
owes
your
me
parent.
nothing.
What you mean?
He owes me nothing.
He's
dead. He owes me nothing. It's a million, billion, trillion fathers that said, "Oh, you pregnant? Fuck it." Yeah. He owes me nothing.
You his daughter. I owe my daughter
everything. Me, and you feel that way.
Look.
But guess what? One day she gonna
not gonna say I owe my daughter everything, but I owe my daughter the respect to sit down and have a conversation with her to understand where the fuck she coming from when she feeling a certain type of way.
You feel that way.
I owe her that fucking respect because that's my child.
You feel that way.
Yeah, a lot of people.
And he may feel that way, and he may want to talk to me and just don't know how. But guess what? I'm not gonna do.
But it's nothing to just sit there and fucking listen. Just listen. Even if you don't know how to respond,
I'm never taking that away from my father. I didn't say that. I will call my father right now, and I will sit here and say, Daddy, I'm on a podcast talk about daddy issues. And he's gonna be like, go ahead, baby. I ain't say that. So I'm not going to say that.
I took it as you were saying that your father should be the initiator of the whole conversation. You saying that anybody can say it. Like, you could be the
why wouldn't I?
Right, you saying as the child, you the one that initiated the conversation.
Because that's what I did.
I get that.
Yeah, but when you know better, you do better. And if the daddy don't know better, how he gonna do better? But as the daughter, I know better, so I'm gonna go to my daddy. Because I know what's gonna set the dynamic.
Me personally, how I would carry, because like I said, we done had our conversations. I can't tell you how to feel about your father. I just chime in my little 2 cents, and you do what you want to do. But me personally, my personality, like, if my father was still living, I don't give a fuck about none of that shit, man. I'm a grown-ass man. I know what the fuck I got going for myself. I wish you would have taught me a little bit more, because maybe I would have been more knowledgeable, but at the end of the day, you didn't. And guess what, nigga? I figured it the fuck out. Because guess what? My mother tried, and I still did it my way. So my point is, what if, hold on. What if your mother was the one that wasn't doing none of that shit? Your mother was, fuck how your father was acting. What if your mother was acting like that? You gonna still carry the shit the same way?
Or you gonna figure it out? Or
you gonna be like, you know what, Mom? I forgive you. You my mother. You ain't know no better. What's up?
So basically, what y'all saying?
I'm asking a question.
Y'all trying to make me feel bad for how
I
feel
asked you a question.
I'm asking the question.
No, you gotta answer the question. I asked the question.
My mother's a total different type. My mother's on a total different situation from my father.
No. Hold on. If your mother was the one that acted like that, would you still feel the same way? That's all I'm saying. I just said verbatim that I don't give a fuck about how you and your father relationship is. I chime in. I tell you how I think it should be, but I can't tell you how to feel. So, again, I'm not telling you how to treat your father, how to feel about your father. I'm asking you a question as a grown man. As a grown man. If your mother was the one, this is for the podcast, I want to know your personal opinion. If your mother was the one doing that, would you still keep the same energy? Period. Not trying.
Because my mother and father are totally different. My father's a man. He's a man.
Okay.
He's supposed to teach you how to be a fucking man.
Okay.
My mother's not a man, so she can't teach me how to be a man.
Some mothers do.
Can I chime in and say we all human beings? That's the fact I've been trying to make the whole night. Because this is my thing, like, at the end of the day,
the answer was no.
My mom was here for my whole 11 years, the beginning of my 11 years. She died when I was 11. My dad been here my whole entire life. My mother, God rest her soul, was a half-ass mom. She was young with 3 kids. She was figuring it out. And my father was just as young as she was, but he even if he didn't have it together, because now as, an adult, I know he didn't. He made it look good. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I'm not going to say it's a gender thing, like a man should teach a man this, a woman should teach a woman that, and vice versa. It's thank you. It's security, it's building, it's like, because wait a second, I'm talking. Because I know real men. My
know real men too.
You said your father ain't do shit. You a stand-up ass man. Your mother raised you. What you saying?
I got uncles and shit that raised me too. Was doing the same shit.
So now you're taking away from your mother.
I'm not, because my uncles was there because my father wasn't. So I'm not taking nothing away from my. I was with my mother every day, but I still had my uncles there.
You wouldn't be able to be
without my uncles. I learned a lot of shit from my uncles that my mother couldn't teach me.
My brother, his father was in jail his whole entire life. He's dynamic. My best friend, never. My father, in and out. I don't believe that matters. And I feel like everybody is entitled to their own opinions. But I'm going to just say we human and that per se. Like, it's all about what is the foundation. Like, my upbringing, which is not the focus, is daddy issues the focus, but my upbringing was like, whatever. Like, you can say whatever. And it's like, I figured it out. I just picked and choose what I didn't and did want to do. So I'm not going to say I needed nobody. Because if I grew up in a foster system with aunts and uncles and whoever the fuck raised me, I was gonna figure it out.
That shit becomes a
mental. Yeah, and that's life, though.
Go ahead, bro.
I'm gonna just say that I don't, even inside looking in, I don't know your dad. But I can say that from you saying that he connected with you with sports, that's the only thing he knew how to connect with you with.
Yeah,
I could agree.
Anything else, if he knew, he would have did it.
Again, like I said, I ain't never, and like I said, I done had a million conversations with you about you and your father relationship.
Just think about how he grew up.
All I'm saying is I'm never going to tell you. Hold on. I'm never going to tell you how to feel about your father. I can't. I wasn't there. I wasn't with you at the trap, fool. I wasn't there. I pulled up, picked you up, and we left. I wasn't in there. So I don't know, and I would never know. I never try to tell you how to feel about your father. I want to ask you a question. I want to know your opinion. And to answer the question that I asked you, how I would go about it is I would keep the same energy. Me personally, I would keep the same energy to my mother if my mother was doing that to me. And this, like I said, I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying this is what I would do because I'm the one answering the question. Me personally, I would keep the same energy across the board. I don't care who you is. Because like I said, my mother taught me a lot of shit, but none of the shit, like granted, some of the shit my mother taught me, I didn't listen, and then I wish I did. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, man, my mother said, you know what, everything you do in the 9th grade gonna follow you to the end of high school. She told me that the whole high school, and I was like, man, whatever. And then when I got my cumulative in 12th grade, and that shit was trash, I was like, damn, what my mother said was right.
How true that is because all I did was work in 9th and 10th and I passed.
Yeah, that shit janky. But nah, but me personally, if my mother was like, but like I said, I'm real big on forgiving. Like I know, and I can't, and I'm not trying to make you be. I ain't trying to make you be. If you don't want to forgive, no, but fuck that. If he don't want to, nobody can make him. You don't have to. I know, man.
Right, man. You supposed to take care of your family. Because my grandfather, hold on, wait. My grandfather might be the greatest man I've ever met in my life. Because my grandfather took care of motherfucking kids that wasn't even his. He took care of motherfucking 7, 8 kids that wasn't even fucking his. He had 3 boys. And then he had motherfucker 4 other kids in his house that wasn't even fucking his.
That was your father's father?
Yes, okay. My father's father. He had 3 boys. My father, my Uncle Reggie, and my Uncle Daryl. Then he took care of 3 other motherfuckers, 4 other motherfuckers that wasn't even his. And he didn't even have to. He wasn't even supposed to because they wasn't his. My grandfather is probably the greatest greatest man I've ever met, Slim.
So for me,
ever. And he didn't even have to do none of that shit. So me looking at that shit, my father, nigga, you supposed to be a man, Slim. Be a man. At the end of the day, point blank period, be a man.
Me looking on the outside.
So you and your dad talked about this already?
Yes.
Okay, so I feel like at this point, he don't know. And he's never going to get there. This is the thing.
If you don't know, be a man and say, I ain't know. Don't give me a bunch of bullshit.
Okay, hold on.
Why you didn't do what the fuck you did, nigga. Be a man about it.
What if that shit true? What if that shit true?
Stop it.
Me personally,
I'm done with this conversation.
Me personally on the fucking outside looking in. All right, get up from the seat.
Yeah,
me looking on the outside in. Me looking on the outside in. I just feel like it's just he don't know how to be a man, and there's some people don't. Like I said, my dad don't know how to be a man, and that's on that. Like but me personally, but me personally, I ain't about to motherfucking. I ain't tripping off that nigga.
Bro, feel me.
I ain't tripping off that nigga. That nigga, he don't know how to be a man. Fuck it. Like
me personally,
I ain't tripping.
I just give my dad the utmost respect because he tried. Like at the end of the day, you got plenty of books, but you don't have a guideline. Like you don't know what's gonna happen throughout your life. You don't know once you have kids, how you're supposed to move with them, how your kids' personality is going to be, how you're going to be able to vibe with them. My father, honestly, in his mind, thinks it's easier to vibe with males than it is with females. He has a whole Pop Warner football organization, and he coaches little boys, sleepover, slumber parties every weekend at my house. Doing this motherfucking thing. But tell him sit down with me and my stepsister who lives with him 24/7, 365. Won't do it. So it's like he don't know, and it's like I don't blame him because at the end of the day he tried, and when he tried to do it in the way he knew. If she asks for this, if she asks for that, as long as she doing good, I'ma tell her. When these little fuck boys come in her way, I'ma say, hey, don't fall for this, don't fall for that. That's the okie doke. I got her, but I ain't gonna hold her hand with everything. I'ma curse her out, and I'ma be a little hard because I'm a man. But it's like, can I really fault him for not knowing how to hug me, kiss me, and tell me I'm pretty? No. It ain't really fair. We all human. We all make mistakes. We all got flaws. It's life.
Shit. But like I said, we saying the same shit over. Fuck that shit. But real nigga shit, like it's crazy. It's things that my mother told me that I do that my father never even told me, and she be like, "Nigga, you just like your father." Man. You know what I'm saying? Because like, mind you, my mother told me my father not emotional. He not this, and then my mother used to say I used to have to beg that nigga for flowers, and I'm like, oh, but the thing is, I ain't heard of that shit. I be like, he ain't even teach me. My father, like I said, my father he ain't teach me how to, you know what I'm saying? I ain't an emotional ass nigga. It's just
I learned how to be an asshole from my father. Me too. I ain't gonna lie to you. I learned how to be an asshole, and I learned how to not let people play with me. You know, from my father.
It's crazy because I wanted to
I learned something, but I'm not gonna say it was all positive.
It's crazy because I wanted to be like my father, but better. That was my whole goal. It's like, nigga, I want to be like you. I want to play basketball like you. I want to wear the same jersey number as you. But I want to be better than you. I want to do what you didn't do. That's how I look at it.
And as a female, from my perspective, from my dad, I was like, I want somebody invested, but I just want them more emotionally connected with females, and that's just it. Thank you guys for having me. Make sure y'all follow me at 50 Moves of Shade.
This was just a touchy subject. More so for me than anybody else. Maybe I don't know. Maybe it was a touchy subject for everybody, but I know for me it was a touchy subject. I'm not real personal when it comes to certain shit.
I'm just not gonna throw my daddy under the bus.
No,
me personally, nothing he said to me, I felt like he was throwing his father under the bus. He was just going off their relationship.
I never really wanted anybody to feel like I was bashing my dad because at the end of the day, my father is great with my kids.
But see, that's where they do better at. Because they drop the ball with us. They learn and they pick it up with the grandkids.
I've been paying attention to that because my father still call me every day. Let me talk to the babies. Let me talk to Amiri. Let me talk to Alea. Let me see Orion. You know what I'm saying? He's still going 100 miles for my brother. So I'm not bashing my dad because he's starting to get it. You know what I'm saying? He's starting to get it. You know what I'm saying? After all these years, I guess you could say better late than never.
It's never too late.
I guess you could say better late than never.
Yes. It's never too late.
But as me as a person, I just feel like I had to get this shit off my chest. And even with my mom, like me and my mom, we you know what I'm saying? Yeah, like it's one of them situations like we gotta sit down and talk. But that's later on in life. But check this out, everybody. This concludes the Daddy Issue episode of the We Say
They Say
podcast. I'm your host, The Real Brody. We got my brother, my DJ, my man right here. Meet you 2 times, say it 2 times. We got Key Dot Walkers in the house, ladies and gentlemen, and we out. Good night.